Yeah.
Unfortunately, you asked the wrong person.
So you didn't hear our like final visa part, and then we were like standing there. We were trying to call you, but it didn't work. The phone wouldn't work, and then I called that Shimon Paris, and he's like, "Well,
So now you're really in the city.
Like a village or something?
Moshe, Kiryat Moshe,
Kiryat Moshe is where my friend Harvey lives.
it's a place."
Yeah.
No, like it is Moshe word.
Kiryat is simply like the word for village. So if you see Kiryat before...
See, I need.
Right,
You
so,
know it.
so if you see the word Kiryat, often the villages here are named for biblical characters. Where, you know, in Trivandrum, Mumbai is like different. Trivandrum,
Yeah.
I don't remember feeling like that. Though the funny thing is, when I think of Trivandrum, I always... This is the main branch of Israeli, of the Bank of Israel.
זה משרד הפנים,
This is the Ministry of the Interior.
זה...
You like this coldness?
I put 18 glasses on the table. There should be 18.
We'll sing all, we have a tune for Kadeh for this whole page, and every time we get to the next section, we sing the song again, but we always do it twice. But the second time we only do up to what we're up to. Kadesh Urchatz Karpas Yachatz Magid Rotza Motzi Matzah Maror Koreh Shulchan Oreh Tzafun Barech HaNetzah. Oh, we are slaves today. Tomorrow's the day freedom's gonna come. Oh, how we're gonna fly out of Mitzrayim tonight. Kadesh Vayvarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i Vaykadesh Oto Ki bo Shabbat Mikom Malachto Hashem. Vegetarian, since you're a vegetarian. So So we have a shank bone that represents the Paschal sacrifice. We have an egg. There was an additional sacrifice that was given every festival called the Korban Chagiga, and that's symbolized by a roasted egg.
Interesting thing. Most Jews, when they think of Elijah, think of this kindly old guy. Because what are his two associations? He shows up at the Seder and he shows up at every Brit Milah. And my father, raised the question, Elijah in the Bible is anything but a kindly figure. He is very confrontational. He's the one who gets into the conflict with the priests of Baal, kills 450 priests of Baal. My father said, how did it come about, therefore, that Elijah becomes this character who shows up at all these events? And he offered the following. After he leads in the wiping out of the priests of Baal, he runs off into the desert and goes into a real depression. And in the depression, he actually prays to God that he should die and says, I am the only Jew left. And then, God, so that's how he sees himself. And then God, confronts him and says, there are 7,000 other people who would believe. So my father said, what happened? He said, Elijah stands in a long line of Jews who predicted that the Jewish people were coming to an end. He says, I'm the only Jew left. So what happens to him? He's destined every year to show up at the Seder and at the Brit, which are about the two most widely observed Jewish traditions. Anyway, so I thought...
Very nice. So, I'm very glad you invoked... Okay, everybody dip parsley and potato in salt water. Well, I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, this land.
Israel teaching in a Palestinian school in Beit Hanina, and he was wonderful. He just did a concert.
Peter Yaddle from Peter, Paul and Mary.
But we like Paul more.
Don't complain, you're here tonight. It's not some pilgrim who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a lonely. Hallelujah. 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 I did my best. It wasn't much. Couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I told the truth. I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Said about hugging
Yeah, it's all built because she, from a young age, she was very like obsessed with serving the poor and like had like really drastic experiences of God and like people all around could observe that she had unusual behavior.
To work. And the backdrop is Masada. That's what's going on in this area right here.
That's the old fort where
This is the old fort.
960 Jewish people were
Yes.
like. Is it 960?
Yeah, 963. Using knives.
ובכל זאת אנו ליד
What is that?
I mean, the whole lake is that much longer.
Yeah, definitely. It will be like that.
Yeah. In fact, the southern end is even saltier.
Oh,
Okay, here it's 30% salt. The southern end that has that man-made channel is 33% salt.
oh, why is it like that? Like,
Because it has a
Rather-
channel that's feeding it down there, and it's much shallower. This is very deep,
okay.
so there's a higher intensity of salt. This is where the flash flood came through and wiped out the old bridge that was here. This is now cool. Do this, so it's 4 o'clock. This clock is, I don't know, I guess it's broken into.
So the Sea of Galilee is fresh water.
Fresh water, yeah. Now, can we make this any colder, the air, or?
I think it's
It's just that it's so hot out,
Yeah,
we have to be
yeah.
able to stress the flowers. It will produce more buds. It fears for its survival, it turns Z, and they now, in California, had fields of, they have school, and there's public education in Israel, so they do go to school, or they're supposed to go to school. Now this is what's called a West Bank settlement. Remember, we're not in what's called Israel proper. Biblically, this was Israel. This was the tribe of Benjamin here, right? Shaul.
זה סעודת כלה. אף אחד, אז אני אומר לך, אני הולך, זה שירה יפה גברת, וזה רק שרים, בטח זה כלה, נו, קבלת שבת, נו, או סעודת כלה. כאילו סעודה שלישית, סעודת כלה.
האם תעשה זה הסוף של פסח?
כן, אני אקח אותך גברת, תבואי איתי, אני אקח אותך. קבר דוד המלך, זה קרוב למלון.
Is it towards the West Bank or Gaza? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like those hats that they wear.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, really?
שהייתה אומרת תחינה ביידיש לפני
זה
ההבדלה.
יידיש, זה לא עברית וזה לא הודו, וזה לא...
Okay, I think they get the idea.
Laat maar alle toen, amazzel de kebach.
המזל תקבח.
Kom, dat is van... Amen, waar men zal wel wat meldig, en Mashiach ben David, zal komen dem jaar.
הנה אל ישרתי יפתח בלבך, כי עזיב זמר אדוני, ויהי לי לישועה, ושאפת מים בששון בני ישועה, ואדוני ישוע עמך ברכתך סלע, אדוני צל אשר דבתך בך, אדוני השם אלוהינו ביום קראנו, ליהודים הייתה רב ושמחה בששון ויקר כן תהיה לנו, כל ששור עשה השם להקרא, ברכת העולם בורא פרי הגפן. אז אוקיי, שבוע טוב, 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 שבוע טוב.
אליהו הנביא, אליהו.
אנחנו כבר בירכנו.
Right. Okay. We take a touch about the malka here, tell nurse. The nurse, that's me, I'm Malka.
He thought we wanted like a whole tour of the world.
That's me. That's what I'm always looking for. Always. Daddy, look. It's me.
I'm recording everything.